Many a time there are direct questions between a production possibility curve and a long run aggregate supply, and you are asked to find out the relation. Now in these types of questions, what is the key thing that you need to keep into account? The first thing is, when I draw a production possibility curve, let's say between capital goods versus consumer goods, I mark it on a case of full employment. So any point I mark here, let's say X, would be a case of full employment. Now, when I have to transfer this onto a price level versus a real GDP curve for the aggregate long run supply, aggregate supply for long run, this point X would move as point X here. Clear? Why? Because it is a situation of full employment. A situation of full employment indicating a natural rate of unemployment. So whenever I talk about a production possibility curve, I take into account the natural rate of unemployment, right? However, the actual rate is not taken into consideration. Clear? Now, when I am shifting this X from this point to this point, why I can shift? Because this line is a line of full employment and this line is a line of full employment. So here it is the quantity that I am mentioning, but here it's the output, that is price into quantity, or the value in very simple terms, right? So value of the output is pointed out here. Now, in what circumstances my X can change? When I shift my PPC curve. Now, PPC curve could be shifted due to changes in the resources, changes in the technology, changes in the labor, changes in the capital. Okay. So, this shifts my PPC to the right. I have a new point X, and the same case would be here. My long run aggregate supply curve would shift. So, my long run aggregate supply curve would shift, and this would be the point X, which would be the new point which was on the new location of the PPC marked on the new long run aggregate supply curve. So my aggregate supply curve would shift to the right if there is increase in the value on the PPC, or my PPC shifts towards right, or my PPC increases, the production possibility curve increases. In that case, my long run aggregate supply would increase. A very important, a very conceptual understanding that you must be familiar with. Another important thing is the production possibility curve takes into account the natural rate of unemployment, but it does not, the actual rate of unemployment is not attributed to it, or in other words, I can say the actual rate of unemployment does not shift the production possibility curve. So my production possibility curve can be shifted only because of the natural rate of unemployment, because this is the full employment level. This YF, which is known as the full employment, is also known as the potential output, and this is what? This is the natural rate of unemployment. This is the point of natural rate of unemployment. I hope that goes clear. A very important concept that you must be familiar with.